We heard a lot of things from North Korea since Kim Jong-un became popular. North Korean politician who has served as North Korea's supreme leader since 2011 and as the Workers' Party of Korea head since 2012. However, there is a mystery that has persisted for 30 years among South Korea's neighbors. And even after 30 years, nobody has figured out this enigma. We don't know what the truth is. You've probably heard gang or group names, like Cool Boys or Bad Boys. All of these occur either between buddy circles or during gossip, right? But have you heard the name of frog gangs? Or the story of 5 boys disappeared while searching for salamander eggs in Degi? Who were they? Why were they nicknamed as frog? This is still a mystery, and it is regarded to be one of the major mysteries in South Korea. This enigmatic tale starts 30 years ago. Let's delve into our next fascinating story. It was March 26, 1991. Daegu, metropolitan city in southeastern South Korea. In Waryangsan village, one of the numerous mountains in the Daegu region. In addition, the boys' community was nearest to this peak. There, everyone was leading a happy life until this happened in 1991, where 30 years later, local elections were scheduled to occur in South Korea. There was a significant democratic movement in the nation, and the election had everyone quite thrilled. They were moving in the direction of elected representatives and democracy. It was the first federal election in 30 years, and that incident is represented by this. 5 kids aged between 10 and 13 from a village outside of Daegu, under the dam of Mount Wayang. There were the 5 best friends named the boys. Yu Keo, 1, 13, Jo-ho, Young, 12, Kim Young, Gayu, 11, Park Chan, In, 10, and Kim Jong, 9. These 5 had always shared housing, a playground, and a jumping area. They meant families together. Everyone who knew them dubbed them the 5 Musketeers, and sadly, these 5 pals could not survive apart. Due to elections, South Korea observed a holiday on March 26, 1991, and all was shut off. These 5 children left their house at about 9 in the morning. Where were they going? To families, they declared that they will return after playing. So, at 9, they departed. They informed their parents that they were going to play outside. A neighbor would later remember that they were looking for salamander eggs. As a result, it was supposed they were traveling to a stream on Mount Wayang, the only acceptable location. It wasn't until about 1 p.m. that their parents became concerned. None of the boys showed up for their taekwondo lesson. It was too late, and none of them had returned home. When the information reaches all over the village about those 5 children nicknamed as Musketeers, nobody knows anything. Then suddenly, one youth eventually reported to their families that he heard a gunshot and screamed towards Mount Wayang. The 5 children's family became alarmed upon hearing this. What? People shocked and trembled by the news. 2 days passed. The kids were still nowhere to be discovered. Nevertheless, following this, South Korean police engaged their probe investigation. On the other hand, media was now also discovered the matter. After the news spread, every South Korean city started aware of this story. The government now steps in and demands that these kids be located as soon as this story makes headlines. 5 young individuals stirred profound empathy, as did their parents, when they mysteriously vanished simultaneously. Ranging in age from 10 to 13, these children disappeared without a trace, leaving behind a landscape that once housed an army camp amidst hills, rivers, and fields where elections and gunfire had taken place. Days passed, and the witness who had heard screams and gunfire finally reported the incident to the police, speculating whether the children might have been caught in military exercises. However, the issue remained shrouded in military secrecy, with no media outlet covering the story. As the day wore on and the children remained elusive, public frustration escalated. It wasn't until South Korea's President Roh Tae-woo stepped in, instructing the police to spare no effort in finding the missing children. President Roh Tae-woo announced a substantial reward of 42 million Korean won for information, leading to the discovery of the children. However, despite the significant reward, no one came forward, and the disappearances received little attention from the police. The parents' efforts to circulate flyers with their children's descriptions were thwarted by the authorities, who rebranded the missing boys as runaways. In a desperate bid to locate their children, the 5 fathers abandoned their professions, embarking on a 3-year journey across Korea to distribute flyers and gather leads. The emotional toll was immense, leading to accumulated debt as they prioritized the search over their livelihoods. Constantly under the scrutiny of amateur investigators, they found solace elusive in public spaces, fearing judgment from others. Despite numerous leads and donations, the boys remained elusive. In 1996, criminal psychology expert Kim Ga-won entered the scene, pointing fingers at Jong-sik's family without providing any evidence. This accusation prompted a massive excavation of Jong-sik's house foundation, resulting in no findings and effectively ending his career. 11 years later, in 2002, a man searching for acorns on a mountain stumbled upon an unusual discovery, a piece of clothing bearing the skulls of 5 individuals. The suspicion arose that these skulls belonged to the long-missing frog boys, located approximately 2 kilometers from their neighborhood. The peculiar discovery of bones in the familiar mountainous surroundings, just a few miles from the frog boys' residence, marked the initial anomaly in this unfolding mystery. Subsequent examination of the 5 bodies revealed additional peculiarities, with forensic teams noting 2 bullet holes in one boy's head and blunt force injuries on 3 other skulls. The cause of death was determined to be the result of a severe beating, evidenced by fractures likely incurred while resisting the attack. The forensic team identified that the 2 bullet holes were caused by an air rifle bullet, ruling out military ammunition. This revelation added another layer of complexity to the investigation, leaving the families of the victims grappling with the horrifying circumstances surrounding their children's deaths. The gravity of the situation extended beyond individual families, permeating society at large. With no perpetrator apprehended, the fear stemming from this mysterious event lingered, particularly among parents of young children. The case's statute of limitations expired in 2006. However, a significant development occurred in 2015 when the National Assembly abolished the first-degree murder statute of limitations. This crucial legislative change implies that if a suspect is identified, they could potentially face criminal prosecution, breathing new life into the pursuit of justice. To commemorate the 30th anniversary of the Frog Boys' disappearance, the city of Daegu erected the Frog Boy Memorial and Children's Safety Prayer Monument nearby. Concurrently, the Daegu Metropolitan Police Force announced the formation of a new task team to revisit the case, starting from the beginning and investigating any emerging leads. Numerous questions and unresolved aspects surround this dejected mystery of the children, leaving the case still unsolved, shrouded in uncertainty and haunting the collective consciousness.